What's going on, everybody? I'm just going to be doing some eBay listing and some pictures. If anybody joins the chat along the way, has any questions. So this is the Titleist hat. Paid $3 for this guy. It's got the FJ Titleist and the Pro V1. That makes it worth a little bit more money. If it was just a Titleist hat, I would say it's pretty average, and I wouldn't have spent $3 even on it. But because it has the extras, it does make a difference. So I like to use this guy. So this is a mannequin. My wife just recently went through school as a hairdresser, I guess, and I've been using one of the mannequins she was practicing on. So I got about 5 things here to take pictures of, and then I'll go ahead and list them. I generally just I was using a Nikon D5500, so a digital SLR camera. However, I just switched to the iPhone. I don't know if you can see that or not. The lighting is kind of weird here that I'm using for the pictures. But this is the iPhone Max Pro 11. Really great for pictures. That I'm aware of in Android, it does not have. Androids don't have this square mode. So if you go into the mode, you can turn it square. That's very helpful because if I like the picture I'm taking, I don't have to edit it for eBay at all unless I want to play with contrast or whatever. So if I can get a nice picture just like this, I'm just using a lighter background, a darker color for the bottom, just makes everything pop. I think Google in particular wants you to use pure white. I was doing that for a long time, and it's really hard to do and stay consistent. I just find this works better for myself. I don't tend to have an issue selling things, so I don't think it's a life or death thing that you have to. I'm just trying to get the background all black, so I'm going to spread these sheets out a little bit. I usually try to take at least 4 pictures. Get this from more of a downward angle. And then I don't remember if there are any tags inside of this one. So yeah, there's a little Titleist tag. It's just a Velcro back, so it's just a one size fits all. But I'll go ahead and take a picture of the tag. And then maybe just even to show that it's a Velcro back. Take a picture of the open Velcro. Okay, so if I go back through here, pretty sure I can show you. Just make sure I'm going the right way. So just a nice squared picture, side profile, back, side profile again. Just so you can see there's some shadows and stuff. I'm not super worried about it in Velcro. As long as your first picture, so I don't know if I'll go with a side profile or if I'll go with the dead on. But either way, you want to make sure your first picture is the nicest because you're trying to catch people's attention with what you're doing, right? So pretty happy with those. Haven't looked it up yet, so I'll have to go through that process after. Well, the mannequin out, I've got this back catcher or umpire. I think it's back catcher helmet. I'm going to use this guy again for it. Comes in pretty handy, actually. So again, with this, I'm going to try at least 4 good pictures. With that, I can go back and get that after. A little side profile. Now I could have took this off of here. I'd have to undo the leather just to wash this all up. I don't think it'll make a big difference. Super clean. It's obviously used. It's gonna get dirty with somebody playing baseball in it anyway. But it's not too bad. Just a little bit of dust and stuff. Shoes, a lot of times I'll clean up a little more. Now I'm saying that, and today I've got some snowboard boots that I'll be listing, and I don't think I'm going to clean them up very much at all. But so on this, I'm just going to get some of the, just try to get some of this. I absolutely love baseball, but I don't have a clue what this would be worth. This came from the Goodwill bins, so I don't know if it would weigh a pound or not. I'm gonna say it was probably like $1 or less. My wife actually picked it up for me. She went there with her friend. There's any other markings? So anytime you can see markings or serial numbers and stuff like that, you want to take a picture of it. I just want to mostly take a picture, I think, now of the back to show that, you know, it's not super clean. There are some spots, but there's no rips or anything like that. So, which would be important. If I was buying it, I'd want to at least know that there wasn't all torn up or gross or something. And it's not. It's in pretty good shape here. Okay, so that's number 2. So what else do I have down here? The Titleist hats, right? The helmets. I've got these. This guy. I thought I had 5 things. Can't remember what I pulled out of here. So this is kind of neat. I don't know if I can. I've got a couple of batteries in here. I don't know if they're the right size or not. Looks like it. Yep. So I bought this a while ago. I didn't test it in the store. So let's see, power on. Resume on. Oh, so maybe that's on. Not getting anything on the screen here. And that's just sometimes when you're buying. So I'm not convinced that this doesn't work. I don't know if there's some sort of power adapter in here. Let's take a look. It is basically like, I wouldn't say it's used at all. Just the remote, cables, plug it in. Okay, interesting. So I'm from Canada, so North American. That is not a North American plug, but there is a little adapter here. So, okay, I do have batteries in it, but maybe these batteries aren't good. So let's just pull the batteries out. Thought they were. Like I said, when I bought this, bought it at a Goodwill, bigger Goodwill that I don't normally go to. Just took a chance on it. I think I only paid $3 for this thing. It's pretty neat. So it's a CD, video CD. It says for C-Cube karaoke. It'll play compact discs, videos, DVDs. I don't know anything about this, to be honest. I just thought for $3 it looked pretty cool. So we got this plugged in. No disc. I don't know if you can see that or not. Pretty hard to see. Maybe at an angle. Yeah, there I can see it. No disc. So cool. See, it turns on. I don't know much about it. Volume up and down works. It does have a remote. No batteries. But okay, so I'm going to get this all kind of packed up a little bit here. So in my experience, anyway, I don't necessarily think you have to full on. I think everybody does things differently for sure. I don't think you need to full on test everything to the max. If you're not going to be testing everything exactly 100%, I would suggest that you consider having a good refund policy. So which I do, so I'm not worried about that either. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is set this stuff to the side, I think. I will repack it after. I'm gonna leave out the remote, so we're gonna have a picture of the remote. I will say in the listing as well, I think that it has the Euro plug and the US plug. Okay, so I'm not going to take pictures of all the cables. I'm just going to have it in the listing, I think. We'll just see how this is going to look. It might look better on just all black, especially with the, I know you guys can't see it, but there's two great big box lights here behind me coming down. Sometimes when you put it up like this, it's hard to get straight. So let's see. No, that's not too bad. It's pretty nice. So I'm still in square mode. Snap my first picture. I'll flip it over. Snap my second picture. Now I'm gonna, this potentially could be my first picture. I'm gonna take a picture of the remote. Yeah, this is the nice picture. So I'll take that. Then I'll just do a couple of just the remote. Front and back. I mean, I realize it's just the back of a remote, but it just shows that the back and stuff is there and it's not all beat up or anything crazy. And I will also just take a picture of it open, so somebody can see that the hinges aren't broken. What I was about to say is the thing I just noticed is it shows headphones. There's no headphones in it, so I will disclose that as well. So it says portable video CD player, wireless remote control included, 10-second anti-skip, video CD compatible, playback controls, full karaoke function. We'll get it eventually. DSP video live haul, in-ear. Okay, so I'm wondering if it just does video CDs, which is maybe what karaoke CDs are. I don't really know. When I look this up, I'll learn more too. So I'm just gonna take a picture of the box like that. There's an as-is sticker. I might try to peel that off, even though I bought it as is. Like I said, because I do have a good return policy, if there's an issue with it or somebody wasn't happy or it didn't work correctly, I would just go ahead and refund them. And at that point, you would just kind of try to figure out whether it's worth just taking a loss and letting them keep it, or say you throw it away, whatever you want to do. Or if you feel like there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not what they expected, then it might be worth having it shipped back to yourself. Myself, I have my listings usually set as buyer pays return. That can bite you in the butt, I guess, if they say item not as described, then it's up to you to still have the shipping label. But if they just want to return it because they're not happy with it or whatever, like I don't know, just buyer's remorse or whatever, then they have to pay to return it. It's kind of a little bit of a catch-22 there, because if the person buying it just says the right thing, they don't have to pay for a return no matter what. Depending on why they want to return it, that's a whole nother story. In my experience, eBay has been super fair with me. So I've never returned money to somebody that I didn't feel like I needed to. And anytime that I really felt like I didn't need to, which is maybe about 3 times total in last year, eBay had my back, and it worked out good. If you're in the wrong, you just have to admit to yourself that you're in the wrong. If you sold something broken or not as advertised, you're just going to have to decide whether you want to just do a refund and pay to have it shipped back, or you can. A lot of times, I wouldn't say a lot of times because it doesn't happen that often to me, but if it happens to me, I know I'm at fault. I'll just do a full return or full refund, eat the loss, and I'm fine with that. You know, if that was happening all the time, that would suck a lot. But you know, you just got to be careful when you list. You got to make sure you're listing it exactly the way that it should be. So these were another Goodwill bins pickup my wife got for me just the other day. Pretty nice. I'm not going to spend the time to clean these up either, because I don't really feel like they need to. They're snowboard boots. You know, these aren't the kind of boots. It's sort of like motorcycle or riding boots like that. Like not like Harley boots or something, but like you know, Fox boots or something. They're going to get dirty. They're going to get used. So if I clean these up, the first time somebody went snowboarding, they're going to have all these marks again and the whole deal. I mean, maybe you make a little bit more money if you did, but you know, I'd be surprised if I have more than $2 into these from the bins. They're a little bit heavier, but you know, super clean. Like you, once again, and you probably can't see in there just because of the way the lighting is, unfortunately. But they're really clean, really nice. So, and a really good size too. Like these are, geez, men's size 12. So they probably would fit me. I wear, depending on the shoe or boot, I wear 12 or 13. So I just don't snowboard. I have issues with my one knee. It'd probably pop out and I'd be laying there. But anyway, so I'm just going to tuck the laces in for the purpose of the pictures. And then I'm going to figure out what side of the boot looks nicer. I'm going to say probably this side. And you can see I removed the black mat. I might put it back. We will see. Sometimes with bigger items, I just find having the more natural looks better. So what side do I want to use? This one looks nicer. This one's a little nicer, kinda. So I'm just going to do a one-off. I'm not sure what I'm going to use as my main picture yet. Sometimes I'll just do one shoe or one boot on the side. Sometimes I'll use an angle shot as my eBay opening shot, or the picture you see when you're scrolling through. But a lot of times the side one's nice because you can see the colorway. You can kind of see the condition. You can see the little Burton emblem down here and to the side. But we'll see. So we'll snap this one. I like it with the white as well, actually, or the just wood grain. Still in square mode. Go ahead and fire that one off. I'm just going to show you here. Right, not bad. Not bad. So let's try to get one of them together. Maybe like this. Again, very nice. Nice clean picture. Nothing wrong with it. Probably try to get one from the front angle. This one can be a little more tricky, but you'll be able to see the scuffs on the toes and stuff, which is important. I don't want to pretend like these aren't used because they're certainly used. But you know, same thing. I'm not a snowboarder, but I would imagine based off of, you know, motocross and other boots, snowmobile boots and stuff, like these don't have steel toes or anything. But these kind of things are generally like a couple $100, I would think. So used, I'm going to guess without looking them up too much. I think I've sold other snowboard boots that were used. Can't remember what brand they were. They could have been Burton as well. I can't remember it right off the top of my head, but I think I got like $60 for them and maybe paid like 10. So the fact that I paid like $2 for these, you know, if I get 50 or $60, I'd be happy. But Burton's a great brand, so I feel like it's worth more. But I guess we'll see as we go here. Okay, now you can see it here. I'll just zoom into the picture a bit. So if somebody was looking, they could see that there are some imperfections on that shoe right there. It's not a big deal. Like I said, the stuff like this, they're meant to be used. and, you know, people who snowboard, these are made really well. Like, there's a lot of ankle support here. The soles are super thick. Like, they're just really well. You wouldn't be walking around the streets in these. They're pretty much just meant to give you ultimate support for snowboarding. So again, just a nice little clean shot of the back. I could have framed it in a little better. Maybe I will. Okay, I'll delete this one. Because that's the purpose of this square mode here. A little better. I still got it off to the side just a little bit. Purpose of square mode, like I said before, is if you can take the picture in square mode, so 1 by 1, it's pretty cool because when you go to list it on eBay, you don't have to worry so much about cropping and stuff. So that picture is already what I want. So I'm good with that. So that it makes it a lot simpler. I spent with my Nikon. It was the Nikon D5500 digital SLR took super nice pictures. Sometimes it had issues with the light depending on the lens I was using. So you get a lot of dark and sometimes shadows, where I find the iPhone just corrects that for me. So as long as it's pretty good at doing automatic adjustments, which I'm not really good with. My cameras, I like to play around them. It's fun. But as far as knowing what I'm doing, I don't. I have everything set in automatic mode and play with the zoom and try to get things to work. I enjoy playing a photographer. So yeah, so it's super nice. It just takes a lot of the work out. You don't have to go in, crop the pictures, and then if you eBay will let you crop the pictures in a certain way that they don't really display very well. So if you put a wide picture, it just looks kind of weird. Where if you do a square picture, that's what they're using. They're using a perfectly square thing on the listing. So it's what you see is what you get. So it's kind of nice. You don't have to guess what it's going to look like. Okay, so I'm going to try to get a picture here inside the tongue. It's got the size and stuff. And it's got, these are called the Ruler snowboard boots. Not really sure what that is. I'm assuming it's the brand. Or like not the brand. The brand is Burton. Okay, that's a cool picture. And there we can see the size. So what I did there was just took a little snap. So not too worried. I wouldn't want my hands or stuff in the picture if it was the first picture, but because this is just the just like in the listing later on, and these ones are not in square mode, but I'm going to leave them. And then that's just the size, so someone could go and make sure that the size is what they thought it was. So there we go. What do we got going on here? I'm just going to answer my wife. Just asking me how my day was going. I'm sure she doesn't know that I'm doing a live stream here. Okay, so like I said, I thought I had 5 items picked out here, but apparently I just had the 4. That's fine. 4's fine. A lot of times, most times, I've probably said in past videos, I like to try to list 5 things a day. I do have other stuff to list. I actually have this really cool, I guess you won't see it until Monday, so this may be a little bit of spoiler. I have a couple cool jackets and then a really cool Nintendo 64 Christmas shirt that I just bought to list still, but I don't really feel like getting behind me here on the opposite. So this is where I do my hard goods and home goods and stuff like that. And on the other wall, I have it painted white. I just flip the lights around and then push my stool over, and that's where I take pictures of like clothing and stuff. I don't really feel like switching it all around a second. So, oh no, wait, I do have 5. So I have the Titleist hat. No, I don't. Okay. We got the baseball helmets, we have the CD player, and we have the boots. In my head, when I was looking down, I was considering the mannequin hat as a 5th, but it's clearly not. It's been a long day already for me, guys. So here's my little eBay book. I don't think lots of people don't even track what they're doing. I think it's crazy. So This is for 2000, starting in 2020. So this year I've had 836 listings. Whatever I list next will be my 837th. I think actively I have just over 400. So this year I've sold half of what I've listed. At the end of the year, I will just tally in here my cost of goods, and I'll roll that out. So I'll roll that over. Start back at 1. So basically, the numbers here aren't super important to me. It's the cost of goods that I track. So over the year, I know how much my cost of goods are. Now, I know some other people do other things, and I'm considering next year trying this out. Change is it's always hard. I'm used to this method, but I'm thinking about just saving all my Goodwill receipts, and value bills, any thrift store, garage sales harder. I'll just have to manually write it down. I'm not going to go around with a receipt book and get people to fill receipts out of yard sales. But anyway, so you do that, and at the end of the month, you can just total together all of your sales. And then for the month, maybe you spent $300 at thrift stores, and you know that. And then if you wanted to factor in stuff like your mileage, you could write your mileage down. I don't currently track my mileage, but if I do go from part-time to full-time, which fingers crossed eventually that happens, I definitely would track my mileage. I just currently don't, because a lot of times I might be just in town getting groceries and go thrifting, or I'm usually multitasking. I'm usually finding a reason to be somewhere where there's a thrift store. So if I had to go for an oil change or something in my car, I'd purposely go somewhere where I knew it was close, where I could go to a thrift store. Grocery shopping, whatever, same sort of things. The other thing, you could gas, so that'd be gas, right? Your mileage would be your gas money. You could track, like today, for instance, I had to buy new ink for my printer. So partially starting to use thermal printer, but then some stuff you have to use, or I use just an inkjet printer. So I had to buy about $70 worth of ink today. That certainly comes out of pocket. Me personally, I have a Visa that I just use for eBay. So what I do is I charge everything to my Visa. Actually get points, like I collect scene points. If you're from Canada, scene points are like, you can use them for movies or for some restaurants and stuff. So collect scene points. So I'm getting something for my money, and I just take my eBay, or currently my PayPal balance, dump it to that bank account, and pay off my card usually the same day. So if I was out and spent $50 or $100 in a day at a thrift store, I would just go ahead and put the money in at the end of the day, pay it off right away. Because I'm not really interested. You don't really want to thrift and put it on your credit and then worry about paying your credit off later. You want to pay it off instantly. So when you get to the point after you sell a few things, if you can just keep rolling your money over, even just using your bank account, that's totally fine. I know managed payment. I haven't switched to managed payment yet. Actually, when I went on the other day to see if I could, just because I'm interested in it, I couldn't do it yet. So I'm not eligible for managed payment. I am interested in that though, because besides the fact that maybe your money gets held up a little bit, I do like the fact that it goes right to your bank account, so it's more accessible. It is kind of nice to have, some money padded in your PayPal account. I do kind of like that as well. But I think for just paying for the day-to-day costs of your eBay business or your Amazon business, or even if you're just flipping on Facebook, it is kind of nice to have cash on hand that you can grab. You just have to manage it better. For me, it's in a separate, even the Visa, and there's a bank account attached. That's separate. I don't use that every day. I do have it's not a 9 to 5. It's a factory job. Actually, I'm working weekends currently. So that goes, all my money from that goes to a completely different bank account. It's actually a different bank altogether. And then I have another bank account set up just for my eBay business, because keeping them separate for me really helps. If I had to worry about the money that was in my account, if that was my personal money or my business money, it'd be really confusing. So it is smart to have a separate account to some extent. Okay, so enough talking. Let me figure out what I'm going to list first here. So what did I take pictures of first? The title is hats. Okay. So I'm just going to open up the eBay app, and we'll pull this guy out for reference. So we're just going to type in, we'll just actually use this microphone. Titleist FJ Pro V1 golf hats. Well, it did an okay job. So we got Titleist FJ Pro, and I made that one word probably because of the way I said it. So we'll just write in Pro V1. So that didn't really save me any time. That's okay though. And now this is also a visor. Oops. Oops. I'm still getting used to the iPhone. I was used an Android forever, and a little tricky to get used to. So okay, so this is newer tags. Newer tags is also red, or mine is red. This one is white, but brand new. So that's 47 US, which is $62 Canadian plus shipping. So let's go ahead. So I'm going to go in the filters here. And I'm sure you guys seen me do this before. I've seen everybody do this before. And then I'm going to go show more. I'm going to go completed, sold. I'm going to go one step further and go to condition. And I'm going to put used. Okay, so there's 9 sold, used. So I don't know if this one's, well, this one sold for $13. Looks like it's in rough shape. They're not. They're showing. They say it says F. What did they say? Pro V1, and it says FJ logo. So that one sold for $13. Actually, they accepted a best offer. It's the only red one I see. I feel like mine's in pretty good shape. So if I look at the ones that are exactly like mine, but in different colorways, we have one that's so best offer, $13 best offer. $29 best offer, so I don't know. $33 best offer, $32 best offer. A pair of them for $60. This one's kind of ugly, but it sold for $662. Yeah, so I'm going to go to this white one because to me this is the nicest one I see. And if I can look through here, it's a little bit different writing. Very similar though. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy their description because this is one that sold, right? I'm going to go to selling, list an item. I'm going to paste it in here and hit go. Okay, so pre-owns. So nothing came up, right? This is just a regular listing. Sometimes what will happen when you do that, it'll come up with the other person's listing, and then you don't have to put in so many item specifics, but I'm going to look and see what it says. So I'm going to go ahead and add our pictures. So we'll do the head-on one because it is the nicest. So right off the bat, what I think I see is the ones that have sold. A lot of them want the listing, like the title wasn't very good. This one has the best title, I thought, but not really great pictures. So I think my title's really good. And I think these pictures are going to be really good. So I'm going to go through and look at the item specifics. So currently under item specifics, which is right there, I'm going to hit edit. So it is saying condition, pre-owned, that's right. Brand, Titleist, also right. Style, visor, that's what it is. Size, we are going to say adjustable because it's got that little Velcro guy in the back. So that's what I would say it is. Men's, I mean, it could be a men's or a woman's. I don't know if it said, if unisex, yeah, adult unisex. I think that's fair. And it leaves it open to more people, I guess, if you're looking it up, right? Color is not black. The color we have here is red. I don't think I'm going to put in the material fabric because it doesn't say, and I wouldn't want to guess. I wouldn't want to be wrong. So I'm fine with leaving that blank. There is no UPC code. So I'm happy with that. So that's really good. So all our pictures are uploaded. We'll check them out in preview before we're done. Let's see here. For the actual category, it is going to be in clothing, shoes, accessory, men's, visors, and hats. I'm fine with that. You could go and put it under golf, purposely under golf stuff, but I think we're okay with that. Still going to come up under Titleist if somebody types that in. And then so the second category here is for my own. I'm just putting in store. In my store category, I'm just putting in under hats. So if somebody was in my eBay store and you looked under the hat section, this would be here. I don't have my eBay store is pretty generalized. Like it's like men's button-up shirts, hats, jackets, electronics, stuff like that, like toys. Even in the toys, like my board games, I'll go into the toys section. So under description, this is where if there was flaws, you could add them. So currently it says Titleist, FootJoy FJ Pro V1 golf visor hat. With logos, adjustable size, white and black, condition is pre-owned. So not white and black. So that's why it's important to read everything, because it made this based off of the listing that I wrote. So we need to put red, I'll say red and white because the lettering is white. Condition is pre-owned. There are no major flaws here. The reason it did that to me, because in the listing, when I copied and pasted it, you can see it says red and white. That's one of the things, like I said, you have to pay attention to. And I caught it, so that's fine. I've definitely listed stuff before wrong and had different people message me and say, hey, I think this should be, was it like something like, I had a pair of kids Hello Kitty Crocs, and somebody's like, hey, I think these should be under children's or something. They were just under women's, and like I sold them with that size, and I don't know, the whole thing could have been a mess. I'm not even exactly sure that's what it was, but like I've had a few times people just message me on eBay, say, hey, like I don't think there's something up with this listing. They're obviously looking for a certain thing and that comes up, and maybe they're interested in it, or maybe they're just policing eBay. I don't know. People are kind of crazy, but people are also pretty nice. So price for this one, I'm going to be pretty bold. I'm going to turn off auctions. Obviously, I'm not an auction guy. So it's suggesting I sell for $8.80. Well, so where I see things selling kind of makes sense, but I'm going to list mine for $19.98. Hey, just sold a button up. That's great. So the reason I'm going to go with this price is because I've seen some that sold for about $10 plus shipping, and then I've seen some that sold for about $30, but they're all best offers, so it's hard to say. So I'm pretty confident at 19, basically $20. Let's say $20. That's a good starting point. So if somebody wants to offer me like a best offer, or like $16, or I can offer, if I get watchers on this, I can offer them a deal of something like that. So $16 would be good. I paid $3, $28 would be better. So we'll see. That's what I'm going to do. I always allow offers. I don't even put minimum offer on. So the reason why I would allow somebody to give me lowball offers, which seems crazy, but whatever. When you have any interaction with people through this platform, through eBay, it just it boosts you up in the sales, boosts your rank up a little bit, and it makes us more visible to people. So, and it's not worth hitting decline on it either, because hitting decline just stops everything. You're better off just to go back and, even if you're offering the same thing again, just keep it flowing, because the more interaction you have with people, the more boosts the actual item up. So having it, I'll take anybody's offer because it's helping me out in the long run. So quantity 1, that's right. Delivery. So for me in Canada, what I do, I'm just going to put on basically Canada Post regular. I generally do ship things tracked, it's regular is tracked anyway in Canada, but usually expedited if I can. If it's, usually expedited. So I charge $15. Now, the way for me this works, I'm in Ontario, but if I'm selling to somebody, so I'm 2 hours from Toronto, and I sold this to somebody from Toronto, it probably realistically cost me $8 to $12, so not 15, which I'm charging. And if I sold this to somebody on the West Coast, which would be like Vancouver, or yeah, we'll just say that. So that's like the furthest away from me. Even the East Coast, right? It's probably going to cost like $16, maybe $17. Something. There's probably more like 16 for this, I would think. So basically, sometimes I make a little bit of money. Sometimes I make a little money. Sometimes I lose a little bit of money on shipping. The other way to do it would be measure everything, pre-package it, and do calculated shipping. It'd be more accurate. But for me, this does work fairly well and speeds things up. Okay, so I'm going to turn on international shipping, and I'm going to charge a flat rate of $20. Now that seems like a lot, but fortunately, when you ship with tracking to the US from Canada, it does cost a lot of money. It costs roughly $20. Sometimes it costs me $23, $24. Sometimes it costs me 18. And a lot of times I don't exactly even understand it. So for the US side of it, I would be smarter once again to do calculated shipping. And that's probably what I should be doing. But it works out really good for me the way I'm doing it now. So I'm happy with doing it this way. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it. Maybe it's not even a good idea that I do it, but that is the way that I do it. And the other thing with me, I'm going to turn on promoted listings. They're suggesting I promote it at 6.6%, and it would cost me $1.32. So $1.32, and that is the fee from sold via promoted listings. Now, I've seen lots of different YouTubers and stuff say that they do use promoted listings, but they'll run it all the way down to 1%. And I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to hit preview. I do get the point of it, because even if you're just selling it just at 1%, right, you're more likely to sell it, I guess, than somebody who's not promoting it at all. And that does make sense. But I think if eBay's telling me the trending rate is 6.6%, and I really want my item to be visible, I'm going to go with eBay, unless it's something crazy where, they're going to take half of my sale. I'll pay an extra dollar something to have my my items super visible. Okay, so this is under the preview. Once again, hopefully you can see it. So we got the pictures. So that's my first picture. Got them all on there. Looks good. 1998, pre-owned. Description's all good. I accept PayPal. All these good things. And there's my store. So I'm going to go ahead and list the item. If everything's all good, we'll say success. Okay. So now what I generally do, so this is item 837. And this is because I'm tracking my cost of goods. That's all. That's all I'm doing here. And then what happens, so I'll just write down title list. Oops, spelled that weird. Hats, red, paid $3. So what happens here, I'll just go to a different section of my book. Doesn't really matter what section. So the ones you see highlighted here, when I sell something, I'll go back and highlight it the next month when I'm doing the end of the month. And the reason why I'm highlighting them is because I know that they're sold. And when I do my end of the year to see how many, what my cost of goods is on the book still for the year, it's a lot easier. And I'm also, when I'm highlighting it, I'm writing that into my calculation where I'm trying to figure out if I made money on the item or not. Like I said, like I mentioned before, I don't know next year. I'm thinking about doing it a different way, but I'm not 100% sure how that's all going to work out. That's something I got to get everything worked out before January, if that's what I'm really going to do. So next up, what do we take a picture of second? I believe it was the catcher's mask. So let's get it up here. Rollins. So we'll take that in. Rollins, and then on the side it says PWMX. We'll start with that. Yep, comes right up. So there's a bunch listed here. Looks like they're listed, the used ones, for about $20, but that honestly doesn't mean anything. So once again, we're going to go in, sold, completed. I'm going to assume that they're all used. And now we have no matches. So none of this exact mask has sold. That's okay though. A lot of times it could just be the price. So there's one here on auction. The rest of them are, the shipping is what gets me. So these must be in the UK. No, yeah, ships from the United States. So this person wants $23.93, but they want plus $42.63 shipping. That's crazy. Then we have another guy here who says 1988, wants $42.44 shipping. That's crazy. So what do we need to do here? So this one that says $9.95, that's because it's an auction. It's 5 days left. Nobody's bid on it yet. This is an umpire mask. Catcher's umpire mask. Yeah, I like this listing right here. So this listing right here is the one we are going to mimic. Okay. Once again, this came from the Goodwill bins, so I'm not super concerned. So I'm just copying. I'm going to go to sell, list an item. Now, see, now this time when it went in, the listing came up. So now I can just go ahead and use this listing. Okay. Sell yours. Pre-owned. Okay, so now we're in the listing here. So now I'm going to add the pictures. Go in the camera roll. Use a head-on one. Side, the back. Add photos. So we got them uploading here. So now I'm going to have to go through and make sure that I think what the guy put in for this is correct. But I'm not going to have to put in so many item specifics. I am going to have to look like last time when I copied and pasted. Obviously, the other hat said red and white. Oh no, black and white. And mine was really red and white. So you want to make sure it's correct. But this is the exact same listing. So I'm just verifying that he listed it properly. So if I go into item specifics, condition pre-owned, brand Rawlings. Yep. MP. Yeah, doesn't apply. UPS doesn't apply. The type. See, he wants all these different protectors, so I can see why he didn't pick type. Model, he has the model in. Says it's made in Thailand. I'm not certain of that, but I'll just take his word for it, I guess. So it is listed under the category sporting goods, team sports, baseball, softball, protection gear, catcher protection. That sounds right to me. And under my own store, I have a sports section, sports and fitness. That's where that'll be headed, sports and fitness section. The description says, Rawlings PWMX catchers, umpire face mask, baseball, softball, fast pitch. Adult condition is pre-owned. Absolutely. Okay. So I believe that the gentleman had it priced pretty good. So I'm going to turn the auction option off. eBay suggesting that I listed for $24.10. I'm going to go to $19.98. I am going to turn best offer on, although I probably wouldn't accept too much less than that anyway. Now, what I think what will help me sell this is the fact that I'm going to go back to the same method with shipping. So in Canada, I'm going to go Canada Post, regular post. I'm going to say $15. Done. Okay, and now from here, I'm going to do international shipping. I'm going to say I'm shipping it tracked package. I'm going to put $20. So now I'm hoping what's going to happen, and this is, I've been flirting with the idea of free shipping again, but if I was going to do free shipping, you have to bake the shipping into the cost. So for instance, because I'm from Canada, I do ship a lot of stuff to the US, so I'd have to figure out how to make my Canadian friends or Canadian buyers be okay with eating the same shipping costs the US buyers would have. I don't know how to do that exactly, so that's why I haven't done that. I guess I could offer free shipping in Canada and just bake in the $15 to the price. But then for the US, I believe it makes you put something in. So I could put this the $5 difference. Something to think about and play around with. But okay, so I'm going to promote this as well. 3.2%, and it's going to cost me 64 cents. I'm going to preview this. Let's preview it. Let's load it up here. The mask, pictures. It's pretty good. Price $19.98. Like I said, I think I'd be surprised if I had $1 into this, maybe $2 at the most. Goodwill bins, pre-owned. I know that stuff's all good. You just looked at it. PayPal, all my information. List your item. See if we have any issues or if it lists. If you do anything wrong, it'll tell you. It'll tell you what you need to fix. But success. So again, normally this process goes a little faster. I'm just trying to talk and explain it. So if somebody was watching and they're not sure how I do it or how it's done, this is the process I use. So this is 838. Now again, this tracking isn't for everybody. You can track any way you want. You can do through Google Sheets. If you might use Microsoft Excel, there's different software you can download to track inventory. I just find pen and paper to be the easiest for me. I did try to track on the computer a while ago. I did both just because I wasn't sure I wanted to transition to it. And I just found that I couldn't trust the computer software. And I'm a techie guy. I'm a computer guy. But I just found if I messed up one line, sometimes it would take me so long to fix what I was doing. And where here, if I mess it up, I could just white it out, scratch it out, whatever. It's not a big deal. It's still on the paper or can be fixed easy. So PWMX mask. I'm going to say $1. Once again, it was at the Goodwill bins, so could be give or take, but yeah. So let's do these. I'm not sure if I'm going to list the CD player yet or not. I might want to test it some more before I actually get it listed. But let's list the Burton boots, and then maybe we can talk before we end this today about. I just sold a mystery box, and maybe we can talk about that. Okay, so let's try to look this up. So I don't know much about these. What did we say they were called? It says on the other one. So let's see if we can find out what these are worth. Okay. So we're going to go and just search in eBay. Burton. The ruler. Snowboard boots. Okay. So there's a used pair for $30 plus $77 shipping. Here's a brand new pair of the same boots for $227. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, this is with a snowboard for $600. So 2020. So yeah, these things are worth like $200 or $300 brand new. So we're not talking about new ones, are we? So let's go. Sold, completed. I won't put used on yet. Well, maybe we will. Condition. That's okay. So let me see. BOA. $66. So yeah, right around there, I think. 72 of these ones sold for these are ion impacts. Just trying to get a good idea of what these ones sell for. I actually thought I might have seen my own. I'll show you when I'm done here. So we're adding the pictures now. Got the pictures all going. Gonna edit the title. Burton ruler BOA. They're not BOA and they're not 2000. So we're going to get rid of that. So we're just going to have Burton, ruler. I'm going to put the ruler because that's what it says on the tag. Men's snowboard boots, size 12. And then what color are we going to say these are? Gray and white. Maybe. Nope. Yeah. 12. I put 13 by accident. Gray. And white. It's a little bit of black, but I'd say the dominant colors there are gray and white. Item specifics. So pre-owned. Correct. Burton? Yes. UPC code? Don't have one. Men's? Yes. Model? See, it says ruler BOA, but I just want it to say ruler because I don't know what BOA means. It could be that. I just don't see it. Maybe I should just look a little closer for a second. No, just says the ruler. BOA could just even be an abbreviation for something that I'm not aware of. I'm sure it is. I don't know. So I just don't want to list it wrong. It's not worth it. So it's listed under in sports, winter sports, skiing, snowboarding boots. So that's perfect. And then I'm going to just put it in my sports and fitness section in my store. Now let's read the description. It says Burton, the ruler, men's snowboard boots, size 12, gray and white. Condition is pre-owned. Now, if I had anything I was worried about, I could add, maybe I'll just add this. So I'll just put scuff on toes, or yeah, scuff. Maybe I'll just put C pictures for condition used. That makes sense. So Burton, the ruler, men's snowboard boots, size 12, gray and white. See pictures for condition used. Condition is used. There we go. And then, yeah, happy with that. I'm going to go back to condition is pre-owned. Just it sounds nicer. I'm not going to lie. So it's really suggesting for an auction $25. If we turn auction off, it's saying $72. So I'm just going to allow offers. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at $72. I'd be happy with somewhere around 50 to 60. So that's a good starting point. If eBay thinks they're worth $72, awesome. That's sort of what I was thinking in my head, but I was thinking 65, 70. I think I said a second ago, but delivery. Now, I know from experience that these are awkward to ship because of size. So I'm going to say in Canada, track package. Okay, I'm going to do Canada Post, regular post, but I will send it expedited. And I'm going to bump everything by $5. So I'm going to say 20, and it probably local, like within Ontario, it probably would cost me about $18 to $20. And then if it's going to go out west, which BC, like those areas where they snowboard more, probably is going to be more expensive. So I'll eat the loss of a couple bucks there. And in the US, I'm just going to go ahead and put it as $25. So I'm just going to raise it by $5 as well. A lot of times too, I think people just don't understand shipping. Sometimes I'll get messages that say, have the best offer, and say, hey, I'm going to be paying this much money plus shipping. Can you give me a break? And I do get that. I mean, but it's what shipping costs. Shipping in Canada is expensive. It's not like the US. I'm not sure what shipping is like around the world, but I can clearly see from watching other YouTubers that shipping is pretty cheap, and there are ways to get around things. Here in Canada, I still think Canada Post is your best bet. I have used UPS before, later, I think, for one thing, but it's more of a hassle. Canada Post is treating me pretty well. So we're going to go ahead and promote this guy as well at 3.9%. and it's going to cost $2.81. I'm going to preview the listing. I'll show you guys as well. It's loading a little preview. Okay, so there's the boots. Pictures turned out nice. And the pictures tell the story. Like if I'm buying something and the pictures impress me and things look nice, it's going to make me want to buy it. If they're dark and dingy and it's weird, I'd be like, what am I really getting? The other thing is that a lot of times if I'm unsure, I'll look at the actual seller and see if they have positive feedback. And luckily my feedback's all positive. And it's usually people praising how fast it came and how well it's packed. And that's good. It makes me feel good. I really like that because it makes me know that I'm doing my end properly. So that's good. So I know that's all good because I just read it. So we're going to go ahead and list this. So hopefully no issues. Success. Cool. So we got those three things listed. I'm going to write this down in the book. 839 Burton Burton boots, size 12. I'm going to say they might have been $2 of the bins. I could weigh it and kind of know better, but I'm comfortable with saying it was $2. Potentially it's even less than $2. So one of the things I've been doing to try to clear out old inventory is mystery boxes. Now I just been doing like an 18-inch by, I think 18 by 12. So a pretty big box. And I charge $35 to $40 depending. I thought I would have different prices. But what do you get in the mystery box? So this is the last one I just sent out. So Molten Man, I think I have pictures on my phone here. I'll just break it down for you. So my mystery boxes say in the listing, why don't I just pull up the listing? Well, that makes more sense. So selling mystery box. So here's the listing for my personal mystery box, $3 Canadian. And what does it say? Mystery box, Disney, Lego, Funko, pins, toys, games, clothing, electronics, and more. $40 plus $15 shipping. To the US, it is $20 shipping. So yeah, almost gone. I have to add more to my inventory. And that's just, I just go in and I'll just add more. Not a big deal. Send offers to buyers if they're watching. I'll sometimes offer a $35 discount. So what did I sell? So I broke the numbers down here because I was figuring out for myself, but I can share with you guys too because it'd be kind of fun. So let's go here. So in the box was this Spider-Man Funko Molten Man. Okay, that's what he was. This guy cost me $5, I believe. I think actually this wasn't one of the big lots that I bought out. This one actually came from like or something. I paid $5 for it. It was in great shape. It was worth $15. It's a special or limited edition. It says they're 2000 GT. So I was pretty happy. I was pretty confident and comfortable putting it in the box. So for this guy, it was $15 is what it's valued for. And then the next thing I threw in the box was these pins. So these are Disney pins. There's a Mickey and a Goofy. And these are park pins. I bought a huge lot of them. I've got a board full of them. We collect them ourselves. We actually bought them personally for ourselves to cherry pick the ones that we wanted. And then we took the ones that we thought were junk and probably wouldn't sell. And we're keeping those because when you go to Disney, you can pin trade. And me and my wife are super into it. So we pin trade. But they're worth some good money. I personally probably only have like 80 cents into most pins. And I would value the pins at $4 a piece used. So to the person buying it, that's an $8 value. So they got 15 and 8. So far that 15 and 8. Now the other thing about my mystery boxes, I do say that you will get double your value in from what you pay. So for $40, you should be getting about $80 worth of stuff. Next up, what do we have next? Oh, this is cool. Harley Quinn Hot Wheels. I only paid $1 for those, believe it or not. Paid $1. What was it worth? The Harley Quinn's Hot Wheels. They sell on eBay, and I did have this listed. I have another one listed too, for $22.50. Seems silly, but if you look into the Hot Wheel thing, there are some Hot Wheels that are worth hundreds of dollars. It's crazy. But this one's $20 Hot Wheel. That's pretty cool. Next up, we had this Minecraft figure. So it's Steve from Minecraft. This guy, I think I was into him $2. And it sells as well on eBay for $20.40. You can look him up. He is just, what's he called? Series 2 Overworld Steve Diamond Armor. It's pretty cool. So $20 there. Then we have this Lego book, just an action or right, like an activity book, but it comes with this little collectible figure. And I bought a whole bunch of these. I can't remember exactly where I bought them, but I had a whole pile of them. Sometimes I use these mystery boxes to liquidate stuff that isn't selling. And sometimes I purposely buy things like these. I purposely bought from mystery box because I thought they were kind of cool. So this Lego book is actually worth $12.99, and I probably got $1 into it. So in that aspect, I was doing pretty good. What else are we throwing? Oh, this was cool too. Just a little graphic novel, right? Sort of like a comic. I wouldn't call this one like a manga or like a Japanese or deal. This is more just like a comic, I think. Volume 1, Homecoming, Birthright, pretty cool. So this guy sells for $15, and I was into it for about $2. So there was a total package for $40. They got all that stuff. Now I am going by eBay sold comps, obviously, and just this is me packaging it. So there, as you can see, this is the Funko. So I'm bubble wrapping the Funko, putting that in the bottom. Then I'm putting some packing material in between. Very important when somebody gets something that they feel like it was packed well, and that you care about it. If you just throw everything in there and let it bang all around and they open it up, first of all, they're going to be unhappy of how they're receiving the box. Second of all, stuff could be damaged in there, and that would be bad. You know, you want them to have a good experience so that they either tell their friends, talk about it, or would buy from you again. Okay. Next up, throwing in some more, maybe that's the Minecraft thing, some more paper, right? I think maybe I rearranged a bit there. Then I put a layer of bubble wrap, put the graphic novel, tossed in the Disney pins, and then I threw in one of my little cards. Now my card just says, "Thank you for your business." It says my eBay store name, has a little thing that says, I'll just tell you, your satisfaction is my #1 priority. If you have any questions or concerns regarding your purchase, please contact me, as I'm a small eBay business owner. Want to provide you with quality products and outstanding service. As always, positive feedback on my store is appreciated. It helps build my business and helps build my business for myself and my family. It's really hard to read it off this phone. I definitely wear glasses, so I'm like squinting. So cool. All I used, this is just like packing paper. Final product is going out. So I do have these. A lot of times I'll ship stuff out in, like I work at a factory, so I'll get some of the boxes from the factory and I'll have some of the brands of what I'm selling, but I'll take the eBay tape and cover up barcodes. But for these mystery boxes, I try to do them in just brown boxes. I want someone to have a nice experience, so when they get them, it doesn't say like some kind of food on the side and you're like, oh, this is weird, packed in a food package. So it looks like a brand new nice box. It's super clean. I make sure to tape it all with nice fancy eBay tape. And it's got the nice packing slip on top. So it's all about the experience, right? So for this guy, So, okay, so this is what happened. So this particular one that I sold was $35 best offer. So on this up, so I can show you guys. Active find. Oops. See if he comes up like this. Just put pop, so I don't have to go through all of them. I'm not sure how he's listed. There's. Bear with me. Not like that. So Mario. There he is. I thought about throwing this guy in. It's a Mario Lemieux pop. If you're from Canada, you probably cool. It has the exclusive Canadian guy on it. I thought that would just be really nice, and I could let this one go for cheap, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings too bad. Even though I'd like to make $40 off it, I'm not gonna lie. But if you weren't from Canada or you didn't like hockey, man, that would suck. Even if it is a valuable pop, maybe you wouldn't like it. I feel like Spider-Man stuff or superhero stuff. Yeah, that's just the way that I did it today. So what else? I don't know if I've got anything else to talk about today. We're already an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know if I swing this over here. This is my pin board behind the monster mutt there. Those are all the pins that I bought to sell. Now I have another one of those pin sets on a board like that with a puzzle on it. That's our personal ones that we're keeping. Those are all the ones that I'm selling. So cool thing about those is I sell them locally for about $3 locally is what I sell them for, or trade. And so I'll sell them. That's fine. But they're also great for these mystery boxes. Obviously, they don't cost me a lot of money. They're really cool. If you were to buy the pins in the park, they're crazy. Like, I think if you buy a 3-pack, it's like $20 some US. So they're valuable. Like, this guy's so cool. Let me just grab him for you. It's a little goofy. I don't know if I can get it come in there. Like, that's cool. That's a cool pin. Why that one's not in our personal collection, I have no idea. I think this one's awesome. But there's lots of really sweet ones, and people are generally happy when they get them. Even when I sell them locally, it's not always to collectors, it's just people who maybe just like Disney. Put that in there. So I keep flipping you guys around here. Got a mess going on in here. But this side over here, I don't know how well you can see or not. Push it back. Down here, this is where I've been putting all my sealed games and stuff. Lighting is not very good. I'm in anticipation of hopefully selling tons here soon. So I've been selling more and more and more. My sales are great. I can probably just show you guys quickly in my last, last 90 days. Been doing good. I won't give up too much information there, but I've got, just over 10,000, 11,000 sold in my last 90 days. So that's good. I would have never believed I would have got there. And usually my return on investment is at least 50 cents, 50% or more. So just to give you an idea, because when you're looking at this number in the last 90 days from eBay, they're not removing fees or anything. And the other thing that can be kind of tricky, if you sold something and it was returned or whatever, that doesn't come back. It just stays on there like you sold it. So it's not accurate, but it's a good idea of what you're selling or what you're making. But hopefully, I'm hoping that like doubles in the last quarter here. So I'm currently in October. So October, November, December, 3 months. This is the peak time for if you're selling online. So hopefully you do really, really well. I hope anybody watching this who's even interested in reselling, hopefully you do really well in this last quarter. Like I said, I've been doing nothing but I'm always looking for anything I can flip. Not gonna lie, but I've been really looking for sealed stuff. And not that necessarily if you're buying a board game, it's going to make you tons of money. But those are the kind of things people are looking to buy at Christmas time. or the holiday season, or whatever you want to call it. You know, I personally still call it Christmas time, but we can call it holiday season. We can call it whatever you want. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm just rambling here, guys. So I don't know if it's good to point to end the video or what else we can talk about. But I still need to figure out. Let's see. Let's just before we go, if you want to stick around, let's see if we can scan this or figure out more about this CD player here, since we took pictures of it. Don't want to leave you hanging. Like, if you're interested. So I'm just going to use the eBay. Why don't I go right out? I can just explain this. So I'm in eBay. If I go into search to the side, I'm using an iPhone. I'm going to use the barcode. Okay. I'm going to try to scan this barcode. No matches found. I'm going to go ahead and scan the second barcode down. No matches found. There is a third barcode. No matches found. So I'm going to go ahead and type in what I can see. AIWA XPK1 XPK1 video CD. Keeps changing my P to an O. XP. There we go. K1. Video CD. See if anything comes up. Not a thing. So this is definitely a very unique item. I will go a little further and just look to see if there's sold comps, because if there are none listing but some sold, there would be something there. It's trying to bring up car radios, actually. So that's wrong. So let's fix this. XP K8. I don't know why. It's been a long day. I don't know where I was getting those numbers from. Maybe it'll come up now. Nope, still just coming up with CDs and weird stuff, but I will do the same. Sold, completed. Well, this is a XPZ3C compact disc player, MP3 portable mini CD player. Then there's a same brand disc player, MP3 playback. So that's not showing me anything. Sometimes it's you got to search things, you know, in a different way. So let's say use the brand still. What else can we put on here? So karaoke compact disc. Search that. Well, that's the remote. See the remote. The remote sells for $7. I don't see anything else to do with this. Completed, sold. Not seeing anything. And I kind of thought that maybe would be the case because it's got like a weird brand that I don't know anything about. When I opened it up, it's got the weird Euro cord with the plug over it. So what I'll probably do here, I guess, is I'll go to Google. I'll search through Google. Then I will probably just like hook it up, test it out, see how it works. Figure out if I can find something else that's listed that's similar to this, that's maybe not this. But then I'll use their description, but then add this into the key. So that's the plan anyway. Some stuff's hard. Like I do think this is still going to be worth money if I can test it, make sure that it works. Figure out what similar items like this sell for. I'll definitely do okay on it. It's just going to be a matter of finding out more about this product. But like I said, I paid $3 for it. So, you know, even if it's something that I just liquidate for 15 bucks, you know, somebody buys it, that's fine. Or if I just get hit, uh, hit, hit a dead end and decide I don't want to deal with this because I'm worried about return or not really understanding if it works the way that I think it's supposed to. Although it does, like I said, looks brand new with the stickers and everything still. I could always just send it back to people, like not exchange it for money. I just mean donate it again, send it back, let somebody else have it. Not a big deal. And that's one of the great things about thrifted items too, guys, is like for the most part, you're only into things for a few dollars. Something really nice, you might be into, you know, really nice shirt. You might be into, you know, $8 in Canada, sometimes six to, I don't know. It depends on where you're shopping. Sometimes Value Village is like $13 for a nice button up. There's Value Village, unless there's sales, there's just no way to make money there. You got to find something that's a home run and hope that they didn't notice that it's as good as it is and scoop it up. And even if that's the case, you're competing with me or guys like me anyway. So it's really hard to make money at Value Village. Goodwill is still great. Mom and pop shops are still great. Garage sales are amazing. If you can get to a liquidation or a Goodwill bins, you can make some money there just because you're paying by the weight. And what I find, there's a lot of junk at the Goodwill bins. I'm not gonna lie, like you got to search through and search through. But what I'm finding more and more, I'm finding items that are probably priced too high at Goodwill, and they didn't sell, and they would just wind up at the clearance center. And I don't know that for a fact. I just feel like that because they'll have a lot of times they'll still have like the tag on them, and it'll say, oh, like, you know, I picked up a jacket the other day and sold a North Face women's medium jacket. I probably paid $1.50 maybe at the most for it based on the weight. And I think I sold it for somewhere like 50 bucks plus shipping, something like that. I can't remember the exact number, but it was close to 50 bucks, you know? So like there are options out there. You just have to make sure that when you're buying stuff that your cost of goods is low enough that you can make money. And then if it's questionable, you don't want to stuff that's questionable, you don't want to spend big money on. So this was, to me, was kind of questionable. Didn't know if it was going to work or not. Looked like it was in the new box. It's only $3. Did say as is, so I figured there could have been some kind of issue. The only issue that I visually see with it is that it was supposed to have the headphones, which aren't there. Other than that, seemed pretty good. Oh, we have somebody in the chat. Hi from Netherlands. Hey, how you doing? So yeah, I don't know, guys. Like basically, when you're buying stuff from any sort of thrift store, that's the biggest thing. If you keep your cost of goods super low, or at least are aware of that, if you're taking a chance on something, the chance isn't that risky. You know, now that being said, when I first started, I was buying stuff for way too much money and taking all kinds of risks, and it took a while to figure out the right things to buy and to get traction. Even when you're watching YouTubers and they're giving you like BOLO or like be on the lookout type items, it's hard because you might hear somebody say, buy Tommy Bahama, buy this, buy whatever. And if you're watching the video from a couple of years ago, those items maybe aren't hot sellers anymore. And even so, if they are, they have to be super nice, the right ones, sizes that are desirable. There are a lot of things to learn. So your best friend, in my opinion, is always your sold comps. And you see me as I was listing, I was looking at the sold comps to sort of figure out where to price my items anyway. It's a good idea, you know. I don't know what other kind of advice I can give you guys today, but I really do appreciate you sticking around this entire time. This is probably I think the last time I did a live stream, if you go back to one other one on my channel, I was doing something similar where I was just taking pictures and explaining what I was doing with eBay or how I took pictures for eBay. At that time, I was still using the digital SLR Nikon, but the Hydra went out, so I'm just chatting away to you guys here, and bam, Hydra went out, and then it was out for a while, so I didn't restart the chat, restart the live stream. So this is really my first full live stream. Hopefully entertaining enough. Hopefully you learned a little bit of something. We're pushing the 128. We're almost at an hour and 30 minutes. It's a long time for me to be talking. I only didn't get that much accomplished. Obviously, I got the boots here listed. Very happy about the boots. A good seller. This one, hard to say. You know, I might hold on to it for the winter and not sell it to the spring, but it's tricky. I think that way because I'm in Canada, or like in Ontario where I'm from. We're basically entering fall, so the weather's already got cooler. I mean, people, you're still outside doing stuff, but the winter's coming. You ain't gonna be playing baseball. Not very likely. But they're, California, those places, stuff like that stays warm. So maybe somebody out there might pick something like that up over the winter. But if I hold on to it for a bit, I'm not into much money. It's not going to take that much space. And the other thing we got listed was this Titleist hat. I actually thought it could have been worth more money just because it has the extra little hits on it here. Really nice hat, though. Super nice. And then the last thing that I didn't list, obviously, was the CD, DVD, not DVD, it's CD, video CD. I guess I don't know about that. That's obviously something to do with karaoke. I'm gonna have to look up more. Anyway, I'm done rambling, guys. If you like stuff like this, give it a thumbs up. I'll definitely be doing more live streams in the future. Till next time, guys, take care. Stay safe. Try to wear a mask if you can. This whole virus thing's kind of bullshit. BS. Hopefully I don't get in trouble there. But take care, guys. We'll see you soon.